Hey, what's happening, Raider Nation? It's Sun Joku. We're coming back at you with our our pregame show. Just going to highlight what's going to happen in the big London game, the Khalil Mack revenge game, which is the biggest crock of shit I've ever heard. It's just the NFL and their soap opera mentality, just trying to promote the game. I mean, I get it, it's a business. But at the same time, when Khalil Mack came out and said, "You want to play for the team that drafted you your whole career," that is such a crock of shit. Really pissed me off. We offered this dude a contract that would have made him the highest paid defender in the NFL at that point, and he said no. He turned his back on Raider Nation, turned his back on us, and he turned his back on Derek Carr and that team. So screw you, Khalil Mack. We can call this the disloyal game, the greed game, but I sure as hell ain't calling it the revenge game, because you don't deserve that. You had a chance to be a Raider for life, and you said no because you knew you could get more, and we offered you damn near everything we had that year to keep you on the team. But that being said, this is a stacked defense right now. Roquan Smith is going to play in this game. He's in London. He's been practicing. That sucks for us because Roquan out there can man up against any running back we have coming out of the backfield, and that's going to take away Derek Carr's check down. And so can Trevathan. Both those dudes are just stud linebackers. Plus, they have Mack up front. It's going to be a tough game. Their secondary is no joke. So we go to Gruden. We ask Gruden, how are we going to win? How are we going to win this game? Well, we're going to win it by running early and running often. Well, how did that shit work out against Minnesota? It did not work out at all. He had this face on the whole damn game. Pissed off because you couldn't establish the run, jumped out to an early lead, and then we ended up getting took completely. We looked like damn fools that game. Get one flea flicker for a touchdown and get real happy. That game sucked. I really do not want to see a repeat of that. I'll tell you what they do not have in Chicago that they did have in Minnesota. And that's Stephon Diggs, Thielen, and they sure as fuck don't have a Delvin Cook on this Bears team. So I'm thinking it's going to be a low scoring game. I'm thinking it's going to have a lot of field position battles. And if we don't win that, or if our defense stays on the field and gets wore out, we're going to be screwed in this game. Because I think we can hang with them. I think our defense is honestly better than their offense. But then on the other hand, the Bears defense is better than the Raider offense unless we can get something going. I'm live right now. Make sure you guys jump in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I'm full of shit or not. We're going to dive into this. I'm going to break this game down, show you guys exactly what I'm thinking. I'd really like your feedback on it. I think a lot of this game is going to come down, like most NFL games do, to the trenches. When it goes down into the trenches, right here. Colton Miller is going to have to play the game of his life. I think Brown will be fine. Hudson, will be fine. Our guards are a little bit beat up right now, but I think they'll hold up as long as we don't have anybody truly major coming over, like right up the middle at us, which really both their defensive tackles are questionable right now. I know that one of them's going to play, but the other one's not going to play, so that might slow them down a little bit. But if Colton Miller gets manhandled by Mack, we're going to end up taking a big shot to the face. And we all know what happens to Derek Carr when he takes a big shot. And Mack's going to take a shot on him if he can get it. Derek Carr came out and he said, I'm going to dunk on him like we used to do in basketball in my pool. Well, hopefully that's not code for dink and dunk this whole fucking game. We're going to be seeing a lot of the two tight end sets. And I know we're going to try to run that ball and just play the smash mouth football. I don't know if it's going to work this game. It didn't work against Minnesota, and this is a better defense. The only difference is they're not going to be able to score that many points against us. So if we can just, it's not even control time of possession because you're not going to put together the real long drives against this defense. It would be perfect if we could, but I just do not see it happening. I see this game just being a lot of 3 and outs for both sides, and the defense is just kind of going at it. And our defense holding up better than the Chicago defense, it's going to be tough for us. It's going to be incredibly hard. So we need to be able to get some points on the board. We need to put them into passing situations. That's going to be one of our big advantages in this game because I know we can stop their run game. And we're going to need to get turnovers. But if we're going to be running the ball constantly, It's going to come down to these boys on our O-line being able to move that defensive line backwards. And even if it's 3 or 4 yards of play, if Gruden truly wants to run the ball that damn much, it's going to come down to our boy, Josh Jacobs. He's going to see a good 20, 25 carries this game for sure. I'm really hoping we get to see more of him catching passes out of the backfield. But it's going to be a collective effort from all of our running backs this game. Jacobs needs to just keep doing what he's doing. This kid has an honest shot at being Offensive Rookie of the Year. I really hope he pulls it off. But a lot of it's going to be based on how he performs in this game. If he doesn't show up and play real big, it's going to be a tough, tough game for us. Rashard coming out of the backfield catching passes. It's going to be big. He's a really good pass blocker. DeAndre Washington's going to have to step up and have himself a huge, huge game. I'd really like to see 2 running back sets this game instead of two of the tight end sets. Those 2 tight end sets, I know it's total smash mouth football and we're trying to just move the ball. But at the same time, if we have guys that can catch the ball out of the backfield and actually make big plays with it, it's going to be the difference maker in this game. But like I said, they can match up against our running backs in the passing game. So maybe if we stick 2 of them out there, it might free up Waller across the middle. But it's going to be tough. This is going to be a very, very hard game for us. These 2 guys right here, this is one of the biggest keys to this game. Is Rashard and Washington coming out and having big games and being able to support Jacobs back there. Because if you put this whole game on a rookie running back against the number 2 rush defense in the NFL, it is not going to work. It's going to be Minnesota all over again, and it's going to be the most frustrating game to sit there and watch. One of the huge question marks that we're going into right now is Tyrell Williams. Some people are saying he's going to play. Some people are saying he's not going to play. He has not practiced the past 2 days. His foot's still messing with him. Oh, man, it's just such a tough loss. They have Trevor Davis right now taking the number 1 position as our wide receiver, a dude that we just brought in a couple weeks ago. That is not a very, very good sign for us. I'm really hoping Williams can go. Trevor Davis, he's bigger. He's at least bigger. He's 6'1". He's like 190. He's not as good as Tyrell Williams. I'm honestly willing to say he's better than J.J. Nelson. If J.J. Nelson shows up this game, it'll be a small fucking miracle. But I'm willing to guess he's going to be a late game scratch because of his aggravated knee. We just need to cut that dude. Unless he shows up and does something special, we need to just cut that dude, get him off the team. Because I don't like him. I don't know how you guys feel about him. Leave it in the comments section if you like him, but I do not. I hate that dude. He has not shown up. He has not done anything for me. I think another big key factor in this game is going to be our homegrown boy, Keelan Doss. Keelan Doss needs to step up and have the game of his life this week. We have to have somebody on the outside. I hope Trevor Davis can be that guy, but if we can have both of them on the outside, it's going to free up the middle of that field. And freeing up the middle of that field is going to be one of the keys to this entire game. Because getting Waller going early and getting him going a lot is going to be one of the keys to this. But we cannot do that unless Keelan Doss or Trevor Davis shows up. If Tyrell Williams is out there, even if he's limited, we could just send him streaking down one of the sidelines. Even if he's not running at full speed, just to pull the defenders with him, it's going to make a huge difference in this game. Doss, I don't think, should have been cut when we were coming out of camp. I know that we did cut him, then we brought him back. He had a few drops in that last preseason game, and I know it pissed Gruden off. But he seems to be a pretty damn good wide receiver. I really like him. I really think he could step up. I think he needs to be the difference maker in this game for our offense if we're going to free up anything else. Him and the running backs need to step up and have huge games. You cannot count on Trevor Davis off somebody's practice squad to come in there and be your number 1 receiver after learning this offense for 2 weeks. It'll drive us completely insane. But like I said, Chicago's not going to put up that many points. It's just going to be a matter of keeping our defense off the field to where they do not get just completely wore the fuck out. Because if they do, we're done. Even a second string quarterback will come out there and start shredding us if we're not getting any kind of pressure on them. And we don't know if Farrell's playing or not. He's still in the protocol. They're supposed to determine his status tomorrow. It's honestly not looking good if he's not doing anything at practice. He's not even working with the trainers. He's just sitting there right now. So we need to come out and play a strong, strong offensive game against one of the best defenses in football. And it's going to be hard. Darren Waller needs to step up. And I know he's been playing great all year, so I don't mean step up by like needs to be playing better. He needs to step up and have, like I said, the game of his life. We need to get him more isolated in just the one-on-ones. It's going to be hard to do against this defense because they're going to be playing a lot of man defense against us. And if you're playing a lot of man, then you can end up double teaming Waller, especially if nobody else is doing shit in this game. But if we can just get one other aspect of our offense going, which is going to be hard this game, but I think Waller should be able to just free himself out to at least make a few big plays. He needs to get in the house. He is due to get in the house. I truly think we can win this game, but it's going to take people just excelling. Ingold's going to need to have a big game. I know we bring him in a lot on the two linebacker sets. He has to be able to pick up those blocks. He's done it all year. I really like that kid. I think he's doing a great job. But in order to establish the run, all these guys are going to have to step up. And if we're going to be working the passes, you know Derek's going to be dinking and dunking, but he has to be able to take his shots at the same time. Maybe that's where J.J. Nelson will come in and make a big play and actually catch a ball streaking down the sidelines and show his speed. Because we have to be able to free up some part of this offense, whether it's where it's on the left side, the right side, or if we're just shooting balls up the middle. Something has to give right here. I think a lot of this game, personally, is going to come down to our boy, the leader of our nation, Derek Carr. Derek Carr has to play huge this game. He has to be willing to take his shots. Even if it's pass interference, I know he might, shit, it sucks to say, he might end up getting picked off one or two times this game, but if he's not willing to take his shots and kind of open up our offense, then this defense is going to shut us down. And it's going to be ugly. I'm telling you, like we played good against Kansas City. I know we lost that game, but we honestly played pretty good. But the only true defense that we've played this year has been Minnesota, and they beat the shit out of us. And it was ugly, and it hurt. But that whole game, Derek wasn't doing what Derek does. He had a few drop passes. This dude needs to open it up this game. We need to go into a spread. I know we don't have really the weapons for it, but if you can get some of these guys isolated, that's going to be the key to beating this defense, is getting isolation on these guys. And if we can't do it, we're going to lose this game. But I really, really think that we can. Derek needs to make, I'm not saying every damn time, don't get me wrong. I understand we have to establish the run to keep Mack and the other defensive end off of Carr's ass. And we're probably going to see a lot of screens, even though I think this team runs way, way too many screens. But hopefully against this defense it'll work. I see a lot of them getting blown up. They have a shit ton of speed on this defense right now. So that's going to really be a tough one for us. But Carr needs to just take his chances, man. Just forget it for one game. Just forget all the shit you've been told. Go back 2016, air that ball out, take your chances. Give it to Doss down the sideline, man. Give it to JJ. JJ gets a shot out there. Hunter Renfrow, oh, man. Like I said, he's a rookie. It's a tough one. Don't want to give him too much shit. He's going to have to catch those little slant passes across the middle, because you're going to be seeing a ton of those. A lot of slants, a lot of quick little outs, a lot of little drag routes. You're going to see all of it this game. You're going to see Carr getting that ball out of his hand in right at 2 seconds for the majority of this game. But if we get a big turnover, they're going to score, just like they did last week when we were playing the Colts. So we got to keep control of the ball against the number 2 defense. And it's going to be hard, but we've been down there. We've been practicing. I'm sure Gruden has a pretty good game plan for this game. You have to when you're playing against a defense like this. Our defense can hold up, but we cannot keep them on the field the entire time. That shit will tear us apart. So what do we need? We need turnovers. We need these boys right here to step up and get us some turnovers. Our pass defense, it's been shredded. all season long. It's driving me completely insane. Like I said about Joseph, he's little, but they don't have the huge receivers out there. We can stop the run, play coverage defense. We should be okay in this game as long as we can score some points. It's probably going to come down to our kicker. I could see a lot of field goals being kicked in this game, and a lot of it's going to come down to just straight up field position, so we need to force some turnovers. If we can't force the turnovers, we're going to end up getting took. It's going to suck. We're going to end up getting beaten this game, but I truly think we can beat this Bears team as long as our defense steps up and we can move the ball. If we can get a few first downs, establish some drives, slowly start wearing that defensive down, do the three-headed monster running back scheme, and just keep pounding the ball. And then when Derek Carr does pass, if you have more than 2 seconds, air that fucking thing out. Make that long pass. See if we can land something. Because if we do, it'll change the field position, be able to get a few more points on the board. If it goes to the house, awesome, so be it. Because I'd really like to put Khalil Mack right in his place. Let him know, hey, you're the one that made the mistake, not us. You greedy bastard. Deal with it. I think one of the big X factors for this game is going to be Max Crosby with arms wide open. Creed style right there. Loving every second of his life. This dude could be a huge difference maker for us in this game. If he really can get to the quarterback, get those pressures on, he's good against the run. He's not awesome at it, but he's good against the run. And he can get to the quarterback. And if we can get that pressure, we can get to their backup quarterback, get his feet a little bit fast, get him throwing the ball a little bit quicker than he wants to. That's what's going to force these turnovers. He's going to be a huge part of this game. I don't think Farrell's going to play. They're kind of going back and forth on it, but I really don't think he is. I think Benson and Crosby are going to be the keys to this game. Hankins is going to do what he does. I think Hurst and Hall are you're going to see rotating a lot more this game. Hurst needs to step up. I think he's due. He is due to have a big game. So hopefully Hurst steps up. Hall's been playing lights out so far. If Farrell does play, that's awesome for us because I really think that kid's going to end up being something special. But if he doesn't play, if we got Moea and we got Max Crosby coming in, and they both play pretty good games because their offensive line's not awesome. So, I mean, we should be able to get some pressure this game. They don't have the big name receiver. They don't have a big name running back. They don't really have the star power that leads a lot of these teams. They have all their star power on the defensive side. And it's going to be tough. This whole damn game is going to come down to this man right here. And if Derek Carr can come out there yelling at Gruden, if he comes out with this face right here, yelling at Gruden like, fuck you, I'm not running the ball anymore, I'm spreading this shit out, I'd be so damn happy. Because I really think that is going to be the key to us winning this game. Is Carr just spreading out the offense and just going for it. You can't go out there and place just nose to nose with the best defense in football and expect to just run the ball down their throat the entire game. It's not going to happen. We have to be able to work that ball down the field. And if we end up getting this Derek Carr right here, who's just throwing the ball in the dirt, man, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be Minnesota all over again. But I don't see that happening. I see us getting out there. If we can... That's the thing. If we don't establish the run, we have to figure out something else quick. Because if we spend the entire first half trying to establish the run and we do not establish the run at all, they're going to end up slowly starting to pull away from us and we're going to lose this game. I don't see that happening. I see Derek finally just letting go. I know the weapons suck. They suck. Especially if we don't have Williams out there. Because then we have Davis, we have JJ. Oh, damn JJ. He wears me out. But it is what it is. And we got Renfro. I mean, that's not striking fear into the best defense, one of the best defenses in football. Williams doesn't even really strike fear in these guys, but he has the speed to stretch them down the field. Maybe that's what we need to do. Let me know what you guys think. Do we just put Davis on one side and then Doss on the other and just send them every damn time? just to pull one safety and both the cornerbacks out, just to be able to cut Waller across the middle, maybe be able to break that first tackle against the linebacker and break off a big run. That might do it. At least that would open up the play action for us. Oh man, it's going to be a tough game, but I really think we can pull this out. And then if we go into our bye week after this, we get everybody healthy again, and then we go into Green Bay. Like I said, Green Bay's hit or miss. We might be able to pull that game out too. But this game right here, the Khalil Mack revenge game, fucking bullshit, is all going to come down to this man right there, Derek Carr. Can Derek Carr beat Khalil Mack and the Bears on offense? And will Gruden's game plan end up being something that actually works? I think Gunther's going to be okay. I think the defense is going to play fine. If they're out on the field for more than half the game, we're not going to win. As much as I hate to say it, don't even want to say that shit, but I could totally see it happening. Because if they end up doing the dink and dunk, we're going to get burned on it. We're missing our middle linebacker. It's going to open up the middle of the field. They'll be able to get their quick little passes off. They'll be able to end up getting just a few runs. I mean, if you run twice and you get 4 yards and all of a sudden it's 3rd and 2 and you're able to hit a quick little slant over the middle, you're going to march that field. You're going to march it all the way down, end up getting some points, and we're going to be screwed. So please, Derek, on some random chance you see this video right here, get angry, come out there, put people in their places, and win this game for us. This whole game is coming down to you. We're going to go live Sunday night about 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to recap this entire game. And I really hope I'm sitting here like, Raiders. Because if I come out and we're 2-3 going into our bye, things aren't looking too good for us. Granted, we could probably maybe go 3-3 against Green Bay, but that game's in Green Bay. The fact this bullshit's a home game for us is unfair to everybody in the damn league, especially Oakland. It's insane that our home game's in London. There's no telling what this crowd's going to be. They're not going to be a bunch of damn Raider fans out there. I'm hoping there are, but it's probably going to be a pretty split crowd. Raiders have been there for a while, so the time change shouldn't be affecting them. We've been training out there. The training facility looks super nice. The field and stadium itself actually looks so sick. That was so cool to see. I watched a video with that earlier, just kind of highlighting everything that's happening out there. I think we get out there and get a win this week, boys. I'm telling you right now, nation, I think we can pull this off. I think everybody's going to have to step up. Everybody's going to have to play really hard. Our offensive line is going to have to excel, because if we cannot move that defensive line, we're screwed. And if our running backs can't break that first tackle, that's really, really going to hurt. But I think Jacobs, if he can prove this is the game where he can prove I'm one of the best running backs in football, and I think he is. I truly think he is, especially as a rookie. If he can establish himself out there, get help from Jalen, get help from DeAndre, I think we'll be able to move the ball just enough to give our defense a rest, maybe get a touchdown, definitely get a few field goals, and then if our defense holds up, I think we're going to end up winning this game, probably like 17-13. It's not going to be real high scoring. And then we go into our bye, get rested, get healed up. Everything ends up working itself out. We end up having a pretty damn good game. And then we come out, beat Green Bay, go to Houston. I still think Houston's a loss in Houston, unless somebody on that team gets hurt. That team's playing pretty damn good right now. They always have a really strong roster, and they always turn it on about this time of the year. And then we go into our home stretch, and I think we're going to win 3 straight games. I think when we go back to Oakland in November, if we're sitting at 3-3, 4-3, somewhere in that range, shit, if we were sitting at 5-2, that would be so awesome. And we just go on a tear. I don't see that happening, but that would be so. The Raiders fan in me sees that happening, and I'd love to see that shit happen. I think we're still looking pretty damn good, but we have to win this game. Derek, you have to carry us through this game. You cannot play scared this game. Picture yourself in that pool with Khalil dunking on his ass and get out there and do something. Do something this game. Be the Derek Carr that you can be. You're one of the best long ball passers in the NFL. Let that shit rip. Let it rip and get us this win. Keelan Dawes, send him down, man. If he's one-on-one, air it out there. Let him go up for it. Worst things comes to worst, it's probably going to get broken up. And you're probably going to get the flag, especially with the way they're calling penalties this year. So give it a shot. Let me know what you guys think. I really want to hear back from you. Please make sure you tune in Sunday. I really want some people to bullshit with live after the game. Let me know what you think of this video. Let me know if you think I'm right. Let me know if you think I'm wrong. If you think I'm wrong, I'll tell you why I'm not and tell you why you are. No, but seriously, man, I appreciate you guys. I'm Sudjoku. We'll check you next time. Tune in Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Recap this game. Hopefully we're all chanting and going crazy. If not, we're going to see exactly what went wrong. I will catch y'all next time. Thank y'all for tuning in.